Once I'd finally got a handle on fat loss, I got to a point that I used to think that I was really disciplined with food. Like, I was that girl. I tracked everything, I skipped desserts, I missed social events. I went to bed slightly hungry and weirdly proud of it. And I genuinely believed that if I was thinking about food all the time, it was because I cared. Obviously, I cared about what I was putting in my body, and that's just a normal thing when you take care of yourself. But when I look back now, food was running my entire life, and I didn't clock it at the time. Like, I would be eating lunch and already planning what I was going to have for dinner, or it would be a Thursday and I'd be thinking about what I was allowed to have on Saturday. Sunday nights, I just had this low level dread, like overwhelming feelings of guilt because of what I'd done at the weekend. And I told myself that it was standards. Like, I was holding myself to higher standards. I was looking after myself, but it wasn't standards. It was more like a prison. Like, it was noise. And if your brain is constantly negotiating with food, it's fucking exhausting. So for years, and probably not that dissimilar to you, I thought the issue was my willpower or lack of it. Like, every weekend, I'd think, right, next week I'll tighten it up. I did slimming clubs, did low carbs, did good weekdays, did chaotic Saturdays, and I was so attached to being the disciplined one, the one that could say no, the one who had control, the one who put her body above anything else. But underneath all of that, I was undereating and overthinking and micromanaging every element of my life, and then acting like surprised when Saturday nights just turned into fuck it, just fuck it. But when you spend 5 days restricting, something inside you pushes back, and it doesn't feel dramatic at first. It feels like you're being responsible and sensible and mature and you're making good decisions, but your body keeps score of what you do, and the weekends become like this massive release valve. I didn't lack discipline, I just didn't have the stability, and stability is very different from strictness. And again, probably much like you, I used to equate discipline with being strict. Like, strict felt powerful, felt in control, felt like I had my shit together. Doing no carbs, low calories, just being super on it. But strict has an expiry date. I mean, you can white knuckle it for a bit, like you feel motivated, you'll do what it takes, whatever it takes, and then it cracks. And every time it cracked, I made it mean something about me personally, like I was just a failure. And now, when I look at it differently, discipline feels a lot quieter. Like, I eat breakfast even if Friday night was bigger than it was meant to be. It's not skipping plans to compensate or overcompensate, and it's not panicking because you had dessert or wine or both. Like, it's steady. Strict is very dramatic. Discipline is very boring. And boring works. And that was the uncomfortable thing for me to accept because I liked the intensity of strictness. It felt productive. And like I said, felt like I had my shit together. But calm consistency is what changed everything. So let me walk through what actually shifted for me and how I coach now, but in a real world way that actually makes sense to you. Firstly, I started eating properly during the week, and this sounds basic, but it isn't. It really isn't. Because for years I was like eating light Monday to Thursday, like coffee instead of breakfast or a protein bar and pretending that that was a meal, or keeping calories low so that I could relax on a weekend, and then acting completely confused when I would go absolutely feral on a Friday. Like, once I actually stabilise things, and I mean proper protein, proper meals, enough food, my weekends stopped feeling like this all out rebellion, like chaos. It's not perfect, it's just normal. And your body calms down when it trusts you, when it feels safe. Secondly, I dropped the good, bad food language. And this one took a while because I didn't realize how moral I'd made food. This is really, really normal. It's normal to describe food like clean, off plan, cheat, on track. I'm sure you probably use those words yourself, but those words carry weight. And the second that you believe that you've messed up because of these words, that's when you start to spiral. Now it's just decisions. I ate something. Cool. What's next? There's no wagon, there's no restart. And that has removed so much of the mental load that I was carrying around food. Next, I started treating weekends like they were a part of my life. And this is where a lot of women struggle. But Saturday isn't a surprise, it happens every week. Every Saturday, you and all your friends are not working if you're lucky, and you want to meet up, you want to do things with your loved ones. So why are we acting like it's a complete ambush every weekend? Now, what I do is I plan for it, and not in an overly obsessive way, just practically, like just like a adult. If I know I'm going out, I'll eat properly earlier. I'll hit my protein, I'll hydrate, I'll probably do some movement, and I'll decide roughly how I want to feel the next day. Am I okay with feeling like utter dog shit on a really bad hangover or not? Like, that's going to dictate how I'll move through Saturday. There's no rebellion because there's nothing to rebel against. The structure that we implement removes the drama. Now, I said it in my previous video, I'll say it again. Training for strength changed my relationship with food. When I was obsessed with shrinking, food always felt like the enemy. It was always something to be scared of, to be fearful of. And when I started focusing on strength, that all shifted because food became useful to me. My workouts would feel better, my recovery improved, and my energy was better. It was more stable throughout the day. And when you train like someone who's building something, you eat differently. You stop eating like you're apologising for existing, that you need to be smaller. And that shift is massive. And then lastly, I raised my standards. And this is probably the biggest one because when we have rules, rules are reactive, rules are like a prison. Standards are based in your identity. So rules would be things like no carbs, no sugar, perfect week, whatever. Standards are things like I eat consistently, I don't spiral over one meal, I don't punish myself, I fuel my body because I respect it. And this creates stability. And stability is probably what you're actually craving most. Feeling stable in your food. How good would that feel? So now I'm not claiming to be perfect with food. I don't feel perfect around food. Like, what even is perfect with food? I feel steady. Like, I can eat something without calculating the damage that it's going to have on my day or my week. I can go out on Saturday without guilt and worrying. And Sunday isn't this dramatic, guilt-ridden, woe is me, I fucked up cycle anymore. Like, my brain, it's so much quieter. There's more space in there for the things that I actually enjoy thinking about. Food supports my life now where it used to dominate it. And if you're tired, like genuinely tired of thinking about food all the time, it might just be that the approach that you've been using all these years is actually keeping the food noise alive. It's perpetuating it. And this is how I coach it. We do not remove foods. We remove the chaos and the drama that you have been living through for all these years. We stabilise calories and prioritise protein and train properly and build a structure that actually works on a Tuesday and a Saturday. It's not a flashy and it's not extreme and it's not sexy, but it fucking works. Food should support your life. And if it feels like it's running yours, then maybe this is worth looking at.